Oh, damn. Okay, look. Do we even need like an intro? I don't think we do, but in case you didn't know, this is the Lighthouse Speaks. Hi, I'm also Cheyenne. Just call me Cheyenne. Again, like, let's get personal. Let's get close. We're not strangers. We've already known each other. That's why you're here. So, oh my god, you guys, it is still the 3-3 portal. Obviously, I think it's gonna be open for like the next few days. So, shifts have been happening like immediately, and it's funny because one of my manifestations that I had this year was to just like be so connected and so in tune with the earth, you know, to get so like in tune with like the cycles and to just like look forward to it, really transform with it, really get connected and grounded with the earth itself. And that's like one of the things that I've just been finding, like it's just like I realize that's like what I've been doing. I've actually just been like so connected, just like my favorite channel to watch is Eye of Wisdom, because oh my god, they really break it down. I love that they go into, it's not just this, oh, the portals are all about manifestation magic. Like, they really go into what the truth is. Like, they literally go into truth. And so many people think it's like fear mongering, and it's like, no, like it's just the actual truth of it, and they're letting you see that and getting you prepared for it. And if you actually have been doing the work, you never have anything to worry about. So that's kind of what this video is about, like doing the work. Because, and honestly, I don't even know where this is going. We're just going with it, okay? But like this whole, not even like this whole day alone, literally since it opened, I had been shifting. And then literally like last night, I only got about like 3 hours of sleep. I fell asleep because I deal with insomnia, right? So if I don't take that medication, girl, I'm gonna be up. But I literally, like, I didn't take my medication. I was off, you know, and I wanted to just, like, experience the night. I'm a night owl, okay? So I don't even mind it. But, like, especially because during this time, like, now that I've gotten so, like, in tune with just, like, my spirituality, it's like I realized that, like, the nighttime is when I'm most like active mentally, in a way. I'm not even finna play with you. Y'all not finna bite me, okay? But like that's like when I'm most active. And so like last night, oh my god, and it's so funny because like I actually hadn't for a while I wasn't dreaming, and I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. But like for a while I was just like, and it wasn't that I'm not dreaming, but like I wasn't like remembering them. I wasn't remembering what was going on or what was happening. And so like legit, I think like once this like whole Pisces season started, my dreams started getting more vivid again, as they always do during Pisces season, or even when prevalent things are about to happen, right? Because I always get signs and messages through my dreams, especially about other people. And so last night, I was just like, it was just download after download. I can't even tell you what it was, because I was just literally like shifting timelines in my sleep. Like I knew that I was, because I was going through that's all I can remember, that it was literal realization after realization. Everything was like clicking for me at a rapid pace. That's one thing that I can remember, is that it's like, it's almost just like the remnant of it. Like I understand the energy, the essence of what came through my mind, but I cannot tell you the specifics of what it was, right? But I understand that there was just so many realizations that were just happening after, just like one after the other. And 3 hours later, and I'm up, right? I'm up like I got all the sleep in the world. Like, I'm just like, I'm up. And it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. Literally and that's not even all, because there was so many more channelings that came through, so many more messages that came through for me through this entire fucking day. It was just like nonstop. I don't fucking mind, because if they're giving it to me, obviously I'm ready for it, right? Spirit's never gonna give you something you can't handle. So I don't believe in all that. I can't, I'm not, it's moving too fast. What's moving too fast? You asked for it. So buckle up, like, come on, you got it. So I was just like, okay, I can handle this, and we're gonna do this. And I recorded 6 different messages, literally 6 different messages that just came through one after the other. And I had so many full circle moments that just happened today. Okay, if you're wondering if the little shift happened right there, like, yes, it did. I had to just literally, like, shift a whole, like, limiting belief that I just had, right? It just popped up like, oh my God, who's gonna care, like, about this? And the whole point is that that's why I'm here, because through my gnosis, that's how people can learn. Through my gnosis, that's how people can see, like, I'm literally a 1/3 line. I'm meant to do trial and error. So let me show you through my trial and error what I've been through, and how that has literally, like, quantum leaped me into this whole, I can't even, like, literally, oh my God, I am just not the same person that I was, like, not even a day ago at this point. And, like, the biggest themes, and one of the biggest themes that have been coming up for me, obviously, Venus is in retrograde right now. Obviously, it's love. Oh my God, it's love. But it's like, oh my God, it's like coming into my divine feminine, right? And so we already knew that the divine feminine was going to be woken up this year, but this is like major, like, the second Venus came into retrograde, it was like, baby, I love you. You're my child. So I can't have you out here doing this to yourself. You can't be doing, you're a Taurus moon. You can't be doing this to yourself, right? Okay? So so I'm literally, like, going through, I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video, but, like, I literally just, like, finished this, like, hella long karmic relationship, right? Okay, it was about 4 years, almost 4 years, okay? But, like, it was, like, really tumultuous. I swear I went through so many lifetimes with that man. But he was definitely meant to, like, we definitely signed a contract to, like, do some shit so that we can, like, grow, okay? Because the way this man literally, like, highlighted he triggered so much out of me, seriously. And even now, even afterwards, even after it's ended, it's like the more that I reflect on it, the more that and it's not even that I'm reflecting on the relationship itself, because I'm not really, like, sitting there just like, the relationship. Like, I'm literally just, like, focusing on myself, but, like, the things, their past ends up coming up in those ways. Like, I'm learning how to tap more into my femininity, learning how to be more embodied, and learning how to be more present. And through those things, it's like, hey, do you remember this time that you, like, overgave a lot of your, like, love and attention and, like, energy to this person, and as a result they kind of just, like, ran away from you? And you're learning about, like, divine femininity and the whole point about being in your divine feminine is to attract, and even you're learning about the law of attraction and the law of assumption, and the whole point of that is to literally not chase, but to literally attract. And through those, as I'm showing you through these past relationships, all you were doing was over-giving, overextending, overexerting, constantly doing, thinking, being in your masculine, not really focusing on yourself. And so as a result, you didn't have your own life, and like you were constantly being taken advantage of, and like chasing these people, and they were running away from you, and you were getting the exact opposite of what you were trying to receive. Everything you were trying to ask for, you were getting the exact opposite. And it was like, I literally had so many times where I was just like begging, literally begging, okay, to just like receive the respect, okay? I'm talking snot and tears begging, okay, to receive the respect that I know I deserve, but I'm not even giving that to myself because I'm over here begging someone to give me the respect that I deserve. Why not just leave? If you don't see it, you clearly don't deserve it, so let me just leave. Because what am I here for? Right? And it was just like the longer that I stayed in those situations, for example, I feel like damn near 4 years is too damn long to be in a relationship with someone that your higher self already told you they didn't want to be with. And that was the thing. Literally a year into, I'm probably gonna flip-flop, all right, we gonna go with it, but literally a year into the relationship, like I ended up coming back home, and I just asked my higher self, because I just wasn't feeling it. Like, so many things had happened already in that year that was just like, bro, this is too much. This is like, absolutely, like, I can't, like, this person is not, they're reminding me of, like, oof, like, father wounds, bro, like, abandonment wounds. Like, they're triggering all the like jealousy and the resentment and the anger. So much anger was coming out, so much anger at myself, so much anger at him, so much anger at just like everything that was going on. It was triggering so much out of me. I don't even know where I was going with that. I literally came back home. Okay. You see, oh my god. So it's just like, okay, no, literally, this is how it happens sometimes. And then it's like, spirit will literally like reroute me somewhere else to go. So I just have to go with the flow. Okay, so where you rerouting me at? So I realized that a lot of the times, more on the learning about the law of attraction, law of assumption, learning about really not chasing and attract. And I was talking about how I was just constantly begging, literally just begging for somebody to understand and see me and respect me and give me everything that I wanted. There we go. Literally a year I came in and I asked myself, I literally asked my spirit, my higher self, I said, is this the man for me? Like, do I even want to be with this man? Is he the one? Like, do I want to be with him? Just flat out tell me. It was like a bright, clear no. I typically hear things, like I see a little bit, you know, but for the most part I hear, I know. I just know, right? I feel, you know, those are like the top, right? So it was just a loud no for me. Like literally, she was just like, no, nah, nah, bruh, leave. I didn't listen. And I feel like within this learning about learning about this like love and about all of this like relationship, it's kind of like multiple lessons within one, right? Because it taught me another thing about diving into like the divine femininity is that you listen to your intuition. And that's also a big lesson that I've had to learn, especially this year. I've really tapped in and tuned into every kind of like every little thing, every little like sign and message from myself, because I don't want to miss another. I've had so many instances where I've missed so many signs, and because of it, it's like it pushed me back years and years and years of where I really wanted to be. And I found myself just constantly living the same loops over and over and over again through different people, through different places, through different situations. There were so many times where I just like did not mind my business and just like constantly like went and just gave my energy to just like different people. It was just like I've met so many different people in my lifetime. You would honestly think like mentally I'm probably like 160. But through those things, like it really taught me I can't do those. It was through that trial and error of all of those experiences, right? That I learned, hey, there's something you're missing here. But it's not outside of you. It's within you. You don't have to look outside of yourself. And one of the biggest messages that came through for me today was, I am the power. There is nothing, like I am the entity, right? I am the energy. I can't even think that somebody's sending me psychic attacks. Who? Where? How? I am the entity. How? At this point, I'm very much convinced and know that this whole time I was just scared of my own power. And I'm just thinking, girl, goddess, how do you think this whole time you've been so protected? Do I look like I've been through all of the things that I've been through? Do you see scars all over my face? Do you do you see anything physical on me that says that somebody has touched my body? And I'm so serious, because I mean that people have literally tried to, not even tried, they have touched my body, this physical body, in so many ways that disgusted me to my core. But guess what? They never touched my body. They never touched me. Me, because I am God. I am the entity. How could you really touch me? What is this? What is this? Compared to who I am and what would this body be without me? And ask yourself that. What would your body be without you? Without the energy that's inside? It would be lifeless, limpless. It wouldn't move. Because you are the entity, you are the energy. So how could somebody send you psychic attacks? How could somebody take advantage of your energy? How could somebody drain your energy? How could somebody take from you? How? Please tell me how. If you have all the power, how could somebody be draining your power if you have it? Girl, just take it. Just take it. Just pick it up. You got it. Just take it. Because you own it. And I'm thinking, like, this whole entire time, like, I'm sorry, baby, I'm blessed beyond measure. I'm so protected, so divinely protected. Middle name is literally Dion, because I am so divinely protected. It literally means divine. I am so protected. Why? Been seeing 144 this whole entire time, baby. I am so protected. And I've been wondering why. After all these things that I've been through, and each and every time it's only made me stronger, it's only made me better. I've only taken a look at it and just alchemized it instead. Without even knowing that I had the power to alchemize, I was alchemizing. And I was saying, you know what? Oh my God, that really hurt me. So let me learn about this. And let me learn about this. And now let me apply this. And now let me become better, because I feel like learning is fun, and I feel like evolving is fun, and I feel like upgrading is fun, and it's so fun to just change and see who I can become. And it's that attitude, it's that mindset that had me alchemizing every situation. Ask me what I've been through, and I'll tell you so many stories about how much I have been through and how I have alchemized every single one of these situations to look and feel and think better and think the way I do. But how do you get from this? How do you get to this? Actually, not from this. How do you get to this from being literally depressed, suicidal? I would say like trigger warning, but at this point, everything's a trigger warning, babes. So be prepared. How do you get from those points to this? You realize and recognize that none of those things could even hold any, like, I love to say a flicker of a flame, and I don't even think that's the right terminology, but it sounds so good, so I'm going to keep saying it. They don't even hold a flicker of a flame to you. Because what? Babes, what? You're going to tell me that as a spirit God body, like as a God body, you're going to tell me that I'm trapped and limited by depression, by negative thoughts? How? The ego isn't me. The ego isn't me. That is only a version of me that I have come here on this earth. I've come here with, I formed a contract with, to learn how to merge souls, to learn how to grow together, to learn how to guide each other. That's what we are meant to do. I'm not meant to sit here and fight myself internally. Like, no, I'm literally meant to guide myself. And what better way to guide myself than to let myself know, whether I believe it in the moment or not. Law of assumption says you don't gotta believe this. Okay, you don't gotta believe it. So just tell yourself, how can anything be outside of me? How can I ever desire something? Like, just think about that. How can I desire something if everything is within me? If everything is a reflection of you, if every person is a reflection of you, how can you desire something? What are you desiring? You, your energy. There was this one time I was in the mental hospital, and oh my God, I ended up in there so many times. And the reason why, and I feel like so many of us actually do, is because, like, you know what, I feel like that's another conversation for another time, so we'll talk about that another time. But I was in there, right, and it was really during the time that I was with this ex of mine. This man triggered the absolute out of me, okay, seriously. And it was just like, I couldn't figure out, like, and this man was gaslighting me so much and having me just, like, say all of these things. He kept speaking for me at all of these appointments and all of these doctor's appointments. And each and every time, you know, they'd get me in there, and then he'd be over there doing God knows what, and then I'd be calling him, and he wouldn't want to speak, or he wouldn't want to tell me what he was up to, or what he was doing, or what was going on, right? And then, like, there was literally, like, a time, and I think it was during that first time that I was in there, that he was literally, like, holding my clothes, my phone, and stuff from me, literally. Like, I put me in there, you know, went in there, because, you know, I don't just want to say he put me in there. Like, I have my own free will, obviously, too. So, God, I obviously took my ass in there, too, right? To take accountability, I took my ass in there, too, followed his ass, followed whatever, not myself, not my own thinking, not my intuition, and I went there. And you know what? I was there for like, you know what, even though he was like holding my clothes for me, like literally would not like send me my clothes, would not like send me my phone, would and I think my phone was broken anyway, so it didn't really matter, but like he wouldn't send me any of my stuff, and I was like literally like walking around in the same stuff. But you know what, the thing about that is that I realize now that even then I was protected, because even like the other people in there, like nobody ever effed with me. Let's say that I've never been effed with in any of those places. Okay, I don't know if it's on the but I've never like effed with anybody, and I've never been effed with in any of those places. I don't go there to eff with anybody. I don't have this problem with like violence. I don't have this, you know, right? It's like sometimes you're just like, you genuinely have to find yourself through those moments, and those moments are hard. Let's be honest and own up, because there shouldn't be any shame in any of those moments. But I was there, and what I'm trying to get to is that but I'll get to that. Yeah, let me take my time. You know, even though like I was like, he was holding my stuff, like I was so protected in that the other people, because I don't even want to say patients, but like the other people in there, like they gave me like their clothes. There's like this one guy that he just like legit like gave me his like shirt. Like they were just like so kind to me. They were so kind to me, and they saw me for who I was. And that's not the only time other right people are going to see me, but like, or that's not the only time people have ever seen me, but like they saw me, and they were just so kind. And even in those moments where I felt like I was at my lowest, it was like Spirit was always around to show me like, we're always going to be here to uplift you, and we're always going to be here in spaces even when you think we aren't, right? And it was at those times where I was alone with myself, because I refused to have a roommate. Couldn't do it, refused to have a roommate. So I was literally alone. I think at that time I legit told them that one of my triggers was like being watched, and they literally put me in a room with a giant ass window where they were watching me. I was like, you funny. But they literally did that. I was literally like there, and it was just so many things that were like happening. But as I was there, I swear I went through my lowest. I went through the fire. I went through hell to see the light. And that's what I had to do. That's just what I had to do, right? You know what? Maybe I don't have to do that. Maybe it could just be easy. It could just be easy. But at that time, that's what I chose to do. Let's make that difference. That's what I chose to do. But it can be so easy for us. We don't have to go through the hardship. Because why? We choose. If we actively choose, then why would we have to do it? Make it make sense. So I'm literally doing that, and there's this one lady, this one doctor, and she was so kind. This nurse, she was so kind. She sat me down, and she was talking to me, and she was just trying to like really understand me, and just like, you know, I was opening up to her and just being vulnerable. And in those spaces, I think it was those spaces that I really learned to be vulnerable the most. And I was really just being vulnerable with her and just telling her, you know, just like what was going on. I hate when that happens. The whole thing of snot just goes like, sorry y'all, but we gonna be real, okay? Let's be authentic here. I think I just wiped my blush off. It's okay. But we literally, like, she sat me down and we were talking about it, and then she was just like, surround yourself with people who remind you of all the good within you. It just made me so happy just thinking about that, because wow, you're right. And all I've been doing this whole entire time is surrounding myself with people who don't remind me of all the good within me. And that's why I'm wondering why I'm triggered to hell. That's why I'm wondering why I'm in the loop, because I'm reminding me of all these people that reminded me of my childhood, what I grew up in. And I grew up in a lot of abuse, okay? I grew up in a lot of abuse. I grew up in a lot of like anger. I grew up in a lot of despair and grief and loss and pain, okay? I grew up in a lot of beatings and bruises, all of that raw pain, okay? I grew up in that. And turned around and then continued to choose people who reminded me of that. Little bits and pieces. And it didn't have to be their whole personality. They didn't have to outwardly be this huge, angry person. But it was just, they would, out on the outside, right? Because they say the devil looks pretty, right? But they would look on the outside, you know, like someone I could really vibe with. Energetically, I could really vibe with them. I would really connect with them. And I would fall in love so fast, right? And I would get connected with them so fast and just be so into them and just, oh my God, and there's my abandonment issues coming, right? Because I would just get there. Why am I rushing this? I saw a video the other day that literally said, you don't have to rush love, because it literally leads to, it's talking about those abandonment issues. And I can't say right now who exactly it was, but that video, like, I literally cried like a baby to it and just transformed. And I think that was actually last night. So, and I metaphorically went through the fire. Okay, babes, the way these transformations happen, we don't have to be around people who don't love us. We don't have to be around people who don't remind us of all the good within us. Us lover girls, us women who just like are good, who are light inside. Even if you got a little dark inside, because we all got a little dark inside. Come on, let's own all of that. Let's embrace every single part of us. Let's embrace the shadow. Let's embrace the light, every part of us, because that's what true love is. It is loving every single part of yourself. And that looks like being so raw and emotional with yourself. That looks like being disgusting with yourself. That looks like literally being so weird with yourself that you're like, where did that even come from? Be so freaking weird. Be so freaking yourself. Be so just weird, because that's how you're going to attract the people that you want. But it's by being that with yourself, and that's what this whole process is about, and that's what I've been learning. This whole thing is just, how can I love myself? How can I learn how to be with myself? How can I learn how to sit with myself and stop learning to sit with these people who I'm allowing to siphon my energy, and they don't deserve it. But guess who deserves that energy right now? You, me. We deserve it. So why not give it to ourselves and let other people give us the surplus of their energy? Because that's what it's supposed to be as a goddess. Come on. As a goddess, come on. You know your worth. You know who you are. You know who you've been, where you've been. Stop playing small. Stop playing yourself like you're this tiny, small person who doesn't, I don't know, laugh all boisterously and like, I don't know, freaking flex on camera. I don't know. Be yourself. Just be you. Just be loud, be proud, be you. All I'm hearing right now is, I'm coming up. I want the world to know. Got to let you show. Like, that's all I'm hearing right now. Like, literally, and that's just the energy that I've been in. And I think I'm just like getting so connected right now to like my Lilith and Sagittarius. It's just, I'm just feeling so connected to it. I'm just like getting there. And oh my God, wow, okay. This is another thing. It's another thing I wanted to touch upon, actually. That songs are portals. Actually, no, that we are portals. Songs can be portals, I do think. I think they can be actually. No, songs are not portals. Songs are portal activators. Because we're the portals. That's what it is. Oh my God. That's what it is, dude. We're the portals, literally. And the songs are the portal activators. That's why, oh my God, it just clicked for me. That's why when I literally listen to them, I'm always transforming. It's so funny that I mentioned earlier I've been having so many full circle moments. A lot of those full circle moments had to do with me listening to a song. Because when I listen to music, when I watch a movie, when I watch the media, even simply scrolling through Twitter, guess what? Spirit's always connecting with me and talking with me. Those are, like I said, I hear things and I read things, and it's those things, the auditory things that I pick up on, that Spirit is always speaking to me, and Spirit speaks to you that way too. He speaks to all of us that way. That's why I'm telling you this, so that you can pay more attention if you haven't already, or that so you can resonate with me if you already have. We are the portals, and the music is the portal activator. And when we listen to the music, that's why it's so important that you pay attention to the words that you are speaking, and pay attention to the words that you are taking in. Pay attention to everything you're taking in. I'm talking the things that you're scrolling through on YouTube, the things you're scrolling through on TikTok, Twitter, all of that. If it doesn't align with you, if you're finding yourself triggered at it, if you're finding yourself angry at it, annoyed at it, if you're finding yourself just the slightest bit sighing at it in a way that makes you tired, if you find yourself drained at it, if you find yourself wondering how the hell I've been scrolling through this thing for so damn long and I haven't done anything of what I actually wanted to do in a day, remove it. Go ahead and click that button that says not interested. Go ahead. You know what to click. Click the middle 3 dots. Click that not interested. Let them know. Let them know you're not interested. Why? Let them know. It doesn't matter. Irrelevant, boring, too sexual, I don't know. Offensive, let them know. And remove it. The way that we communicate as a collective, and the way that we, because we're always communicating as a collective, and we're always connecting as a collective, right? And so that's why, like, the music in itself can be so, like, enhancing for us. It can be so, like, mood enhancing. It can be so body, it makes you want to get up and move. It can be so activating for you. That's exactly why we are literally naturally designed to activate each other, and naturally designed to activate ourselves. And Spirit's always speaking through those things, right? Because we are Spirit. And it was just something that I was doing today. Like, there's so many, I definitely mentioned some of the artists. And today, the artist that was really getting me was Abel Hart and Addison Rae. Oh my God, that girl. Oh my God. That girl, if you're trying to manifest that girl, and anyone that I literally name, drop, anybody, if you're trying to manifest, go on ahead and listen to it. You shouldn't be listening. I mean, you know what? Listen to what you want to listen to, obviously, but like, go ahead and add on, right? Let's add into our lives, right? Sometimes we don't have to take away, but I definitely think, taking away is definitely a huge part of life, but, definitely add into it, and so, like, listening to those musics that really lift up your vibration. I know I've read somewhere on Twitter, and it was just somebody else, like, responding to somewhere where they said, sometimes it's really not about the words but the vibe. No, it's about the words too. It's about the words. It's about all of it. It's about the words, the intention, the vibe, all of it. That's why it's so important, because what you're surrounding yourself in, just like we're talking about surrounding yourself with people who remind you of all the good within you, that also means music, that also means the media, that also means the books you're reading, because Spirit surely speaks through those too. I should lend me some books, okay? But Spirit definitely speaks through those, all the channels, okay? Every channel that you are interested in, Spirit's always speaking through it. Trust me. Even if it's something I'm not mentioning today, trust me that Spirit's going to speak into it. If you're interested in it, even if it's something as simple as rocks, I'm interested in rocks. I love rocks. I'm not even talking about crystals. I mean just regular rocks. I love rocks. Them things are cool. I love them, man. So even just those things, just like seeing a random rock, just thinking, you're like, you see this random rock, right? And all of a sudden this thought pops up in your head. Baby, that was the message. That was the message. The Spirit's speaking to you. So go ahead and respond back. Spirit speaks through all things because everything's connected and everything's energy. So that's why I feel like it's really important to emphasize today to just really listen. Listen to our, because we can all strengthen our intuition. Just listen, because Spirit's always speaking through everything that you're listening to and watching and just associating your energy with, right? Whatever you decide to choose, whatever you choose in a day, we make over, like, I feel like we make over 1 million choices in a day, bro. So what are you choosing? In every second, what are you choosing? Let's be aware of that. Let's be mindful of that. And be mindful that as we listen to these songs, they're literally transforming us. So as I was listening to, I can't even remember the songs right now. I don't even think remembering the songs right now is even important to tell you right now. Oh my god, I got a cramp. But I don't need... On my left side, on my feminine side. Okay. Alright, just take a note of that. Just take a note. But, okay, so, like, as I was listening to, like, this music, you know, I feel like I gotta look that up later. I feel like I gotta look that up. Like, what do the spiritual meaning of cramps mean? Oh my god, that would be so interesting to know. What the spiritual meaning of cramps? Like, is it something that, like maybe a blockage is being released, or maybe something's coming up? Something to tap into, something to listen to. just food for thought. I find those things so exciting. But I was listening to some music earlier, and just through that, I really realized, like, a lot of things. One of the things that I realized was, I am, like, this whole time, like, just this full circle moment. Okay, there's one. Okay, Energy by Tyler Jane. I'd like to say, I listened to that song literally years ago, right? Like, years ago. I think probably when I was really first starting on my spiritual journey, which was 10 years ago. I would say over 5 years ago, maybe. I don't know. I'm not good with time. Time is nothing but an illusion. It can please. But some time ago, so I was listening to that song. No, because when did it come out? It don't matter. 2019 maybe? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, but I was listening to that song earlier. Oh my god. I was like, wow, I really listened to this years ago. And I thought that I, like, knew that I was, like, working on my energy. Like, and I was. I sure was. I was taking care of me, I was working on my inner peace, Alright, but, like, it was just, like, you really don't know just how big you can get, or how, just, like, I guess that was, seemed like a key word there, how big you can get, but you really don't. That seemed like a really key word. I would say pick up on that, how big you can get. Yeah, for sure, connecting with some big people, for sure. For sure resonating with some big people, meant for big things and who are doing big things. So, but I was listening to that song, and it just really reminded me, you don't know how big you can get, or how much can change, or how minuscule you see things until it gets bigger. It gets bigger because at that time I really thought like that was it, it's not like I really thought like my learning or my healing was done or anything like that. It's just like I really thought like dang, like, I'm so powerful, or like, I really got it this time, you know? Like, I really just, like, felt like I was just, like, at that time, my strongest. I felt like I was the strongest. And I mean, at that time I was, but, like, I felt like I was really, like, I didn't even know how strong I could get. I didn't even know how tuned in I could get, how tapped in, how much I could speak and connect with, like, how much. I remember I was literally, and this isn't even related to the song, but feel called to relate to it. I just remember when I first started speaking to my ancestors, and it was just wishful thinking that they would come and connect with me and talk to me. And babes, I literally, okay, so I had to, you know, I grew up in a very religious household. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, right? So making altars, being spiritual, all of that stuff was very taboo. It was not really okay for me to be doing. It's not okay, please, for me to be doing any like altar work or anything like that, or speaking to the dead or speaking to the ancestors or anything like that. It's the devil work, you know. So that was something that, you know, I felt like I had to keep hidden at the time. And I literally had like this yellow chair, and it was so funny. It was so funny. I had this yellow chair, right? It's a literal like cloth. It's like an old antique wooden and cloth chair, and I don't know why I would use that to create an altar underneath it and do like flames and large flame works. But baby, them flames were huge. They touched the chair, and never once did the chair burn. And yes, the flames were green. Hallelujah. Okay, so no, like, yes, I just remember starting out that way and literally wishing that I would be able to connect with them and be able to talk with them and be able to hear them, hear their thoughts, and know who they are and who I'm connecting with and who was coming to me, and to just feel their presence, to really feel connected and protected by them. Wow. To just go from like literally like, we tight, we cool, I can be honest with you, I can be upfront with you, I can be myself with you. I don't have to try to come in this, yes ma'am, yes sir. I can just be myself. I don't have to pretend to perform. I don't have to do any of this things. My ancestors love me exactly how I am. In fact, one of the messages last night was like, they ain't gonna leave me if I just be myself. If I just have boundaries for myself, which is another thing that we're tying into. I know that we're jumping, but look, having boundaries with yourself, self-love, the divine feminine. But we'll talk about that on another time. Babes, so the song that like I was literally listening to, it just reminded me, just, you really don't know how something's going to change and how something's going to happen. I didn't mean to say those words specifically, but I guess you do. You don't know how something's going to change, and you don't know how something's going to happen. So take that as it resonates. Okay. Wow. But yeah, I mean, that's just been my like gnosis so far. I could go on and on and on. I could literally talk to you guys for days about what I've been through and what's going on. But I think I've said enough today. I mean, if you want to know more, about my story, if you want to like communicate with me, if you have questions, girl, get connected. Let's talk. What you doing? Be bold. Make your move. I'm here. Let's get connected. I would tell you to subscribe, but like you can do whatever you want to do, right? Like that's on you. You have the power. If you resonate, you resonate, and if you don't, you don't. I don't need to ask you to do that. because we're just connecting, we're just vibing, and there's no attachment to it. Okay, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to The Lighthouse Speaks, and for being here, and for being present, and for co-creating with me in this space and allowing me to continue to be my authentic and true self. Thank you. Bye.